different today. I'm going to try to test and see if you guys like the Saturday morning lives. I'll try that probably 2 times a month or something like that, and we'll see how it goes. So, how are you all doing? Happy November. I can't believe it's November 1st. So, welcome into all of you who are catching me live or are watching me on or listening on the replay. Welcome in. So, today's topic is the people who want to argue with you, and it's a thing when you're an adult that what you know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, and there are always going to be individuals that want to go back and forth with you. They want to have their way. They're trying to prove you wrong or prove a point. Some people, what they want to do is to embarrass you and make you feel like you're less than them. You're not you're not intelligent as you're not as intelligent as they are, or they feel that they can manipulate you in some sort of way, and that's just not going to work. And there's so many people who are like that. They want to go back and forth with you. They want to argue with you, and no, don't argue with no grown people. When you know who you are, when you know what you're worth, you know that I know what I know, or I know what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do. Don't compromise your standards, your boundaries, your values, your morals, your everything, for the way you feel about things. But it's the individuals that are very unhappy. They're very miserable individuals, very miserable women, or very miserable men, and they want to come at you with anger or control and power, or make you seem like you know nothing and they know everything. But as long as you know what it is, as long as you know who you are, you know what you're worth, you don't have to go back and forth with people. Especially, don't argue with people. You're grown. We're grown folks. And with the grown should come some maturity. And the thing that really irks me is those individuals that are our relatives, and they always want to argue about something. They're always complaining about somebody, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Have you all ever been put in the middle of people's problems because they've made bad decisions, but they're not willing to be accountable to say, I made bad decisions, I make bad decisions, I have whatever anger issues, or I don't make good decisions? But how many people that we know that are our relatives or quote unquote friends that just don't make good decisions, just are not accountable, have not matured and healed, and they always want to argue with everyone who is in their path. um, and that's just not going to work. As an adult, I had to get to that space in my life of personal growth and development, knowing that I don't have to argue with anybody. I don't have to convince anybody of my value and my power, and I most definitely don't have to give people my time. Hey Sandra, how are you doing? Oh, I know who this is. Hey love baby, how are you doing? Welcome in. That's something that I most definitely had to learn. And I forgot to say happy November to everybody. Happy November, chat family. I'm trying something new and different. I don't think I've ever tried to do a Saturday live on here. So we'll see how this goes. Um, Yeah, there's so much individuals that are our relatives or friends, so called, allegedly, that are just very angry individuals because of life or situations. But as an adult, we have to pivot. If we come from whatever circumstance, situation, and we're unhappy about it, we need to do some inner work to fix and heal that. Just because maybe your situation, your upbringing was of that source of anger and dysfunction and being miserable. As an adult, you can make choices to say, I'm going to have peace in my life. At least I know that's what I did. As a grown woman, I came to that conclusion that I was sick and tired of being angry my whole life. I really was. I was sick and tired of being angry. I was sick and tired of being used, played, run over, disrespected. I don't know about you all, but I most definitely was sick of being disrespected. And there are people who just want to always argue with us and complain and be miserable. And one of the main places that I see these individuals that want to argue is in the workplace. These people who are power hungry, and they get a little bit of title, a little bit of education, and they go crazy. And it's like, who do you think you're talking to like that? You do have to check people, and you can check people with respect. You don't have to cuss people out, you don't have to put your hands on people, but you have to let people know that there are boundaries. I'm grown, you're grown, and this is the way it's going to be. But it's a lot of people that never get checked. They treat people any way they want to, and people let them get away with it because so many are afraid to tell people, like, parents or grandparents or people in management, because of fear of the repercussions. They don't want to start arguing with people. They don't want, to keep going back and forth. But you can state how you feel with somebody without an argument, because you can say what you say and that's it. I have nothing else to say. I have said that before in the workplace with my relatives, with quote unquote friends, frenemies, right? You can tell people, I will not allow you to disrespect me. You're not talking to a child. I'm grown and you're grown, and I'm asking that you talk to me with respect. And if individuals are not willing to do those things, then now you have a decision to make. Okay, you don't want to respect me. Now I may have to go above you because I see that this is something that you don't know how to communicate properly. It's a lot of people, they take their negative situation at home and they bring it to the workplace. The same thing with relatives. They take their negative situation, negative attitude, their lack of maturity, self control, lack of discipline, self awareness. There's no self love within them. So they take that and they project that fear. They project their insecurities and their doubts, and the fact that they don't have enough courage to work on themselves and to heal their inner child and to give themselves a new narrative. That is something that I had to do in working on myself. I had to give myself the permission to say, that's what happened to you in in the past, your former days, but today's a new day. So today I'm going to wake up, I'm going to shift my attitude, I'm going to make it positive. I'm going to have healthy relationships around me, not manipulative, angry, low vibrational, toxic people who use, disrespect, don't show up for you. Those are the individuals that you have to leave them alone. And if you don't leave them alone, they will keep coming back and people will keep running over you just like a rug. They will keep disrespecting you, lying to you, manipulating you because that's what they're used to. If you allow people to keep treating you a certain way, of course they're going to keep coming back because they already know you're not going to do anything. And as an adult, we have to learn to set boundaries. We have to learn to speak up for ourselves. And we have to learn that, you know, not everybody is going to love us, understand us, be compassionate, and all of those things. But we are the ones that have to set the standard. We're the ones that have to say no and to mean it. And when people know that they can run over you and disrespect you, trust and believe they will keep doing it. We are the ones that have to say no. We are the ones that have to, like, I'm not going to argue with you. Or you have to be those are the ones that you know where you're not growing there, like a job, or going to especially gatherings, because it's that time of the year where it's going to be a lot of gatherings and people are going to want you to show up there, and it's nothing but drama and negativity and people trying to be in your business and pretending that they care about you. You know, this is the season of fake people, fake support, and all of that. But at the end of it, everybody, we're the ones that have to make the choices. And I know for me, I had to learn to choose myself, my sanity, my peace of mind, my joy. And that's what it is at the end of the day. Learning to choose ourselves, learning to put on our own oxygen mask, and um, setting ourselves up for the future. You know, maybe sometimes not right away, because I've had to do that. You know, you may hate your job, or you may hate, you know, the area that you live in, but then you start to pivot, make some decisions. Maybe you save some money so that, you know I'm giving myself a deadline. I'm only going to be living here for a year. Or I know I'm only going to keep this job for the next 6 months while I'm, getting some education, learning how to operate some new software, getting a mentorship. But we each have to put ourselves in the position to elevate. And those are some of the things that I talk about on my other channel, Marlene Motivates. But I did want to give you a little snippet, a little taste of it. But we are the ones that have to give ourselves the permission to elevate, because people will run over you as long as you keep allowing yourself to be run over. Okay, so that's all. I just wanted to do a little test live. I hope you all are doing well. Happy new month, happy November. I wish you all nothing but prosperity and blessings in your life. Thank you so much for your support. As always, this is the Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell, and run a playlist for your girl. I always could use some watch time. And if you want to support this channel, feel free to send me a Cash App, and my Cash App is $ um, Best Life Crew. Thank you all so much for your support. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. Happy November. Take care of yourself. Don't let people run over you, take advantage of you, and disrespect you. This has been Real Talk, Real Conversations, and you're welcome to it. Happy Saturday, everybody, and see you on the next one.